On this edition of Straggtales, we are going to be talking about a woman by the name of Lisa Snyder. Now, I have received this story, I should say, has been floating around the internet for the last few days because of how crazy this story is. So basically, what happened is this woman killed both of her children. She actually hung her children. And she did this after she had sex with her dog. So she committed murder and she engaged in bestiality. And you can just tell by the look at her face in this picture, she has one of those I don't give a fuck type of looks. Like she doesn't care that she just murdered her kids. So, it says, a Pennsylvania mother has been charged with the murder of her two children as well as having sex with a dog. Lisa Snyder hanged her 8-year-old son Connor and 4-year-old daughter Brindley in her basement using a wire dog cable. As well as 2 counts of first-degree murder, Snyder is charged with sexual intercourse with an animal and cruelty to animals. Facebook Messenger conversation and photos obtained via search warrant during the investigation allegedly show Snyder talking about a dog performing sex acts on her. The 2 siblings were found hanging in the basement of their Albany Township home on September 23rd. They were both in full cardiac arrest when first responders arrived. They managed to resuscitate them, but they died 3 days later in the hospital. Snyder claimed the children committed suicide. In police interviews, Snyder said her son was being bullied at school and wanted to die. But after questioning witnesses and checking CCTV footage from his school bus, police found no evidence of bullying, that he had never expressed any concerns to anyone, and that he was an otherwise happy child. Snyder also told police that on the day of the deaths, Connor told her he wanted to play forts with his little sister in the basement, and as he frequently did, taking 2 chairs and the cable down with him. However, witnesses said the children almost never played in the basement. See, this woman poked more holes in her damn story than Swiss cheese, and the witnesses got her ass lined right the fuck up. Given evidence, an occupational therapist said it would have been extremely difficult for Connor to wrap the wire around the beam or even operate the clasp himself, as he had such poor dexterity he could barely tie his own shoelaces. Google records also showed Snyder searched carbon monoxide in a car, how long to die, almost got away with it, best episodes, hanging yourself, and does a hybrid car-produced carbon monoxide. She also visited the site Lost All Hope, which details suicide methods, including the short drop simple suspension page, which explains how to hang a person. Prosecutors also said she ordered the metal dog cable the day before the children were found hanged, had picked it up from a local Walmart. 8-year-olds generally that I'm aware of do not commit suicide, so of course we had questions. This is a horrific, tragic incident that has received a lot of attention in our community, and we are saddened by this incident that took place in Albany Township. Reporters were told that Children's Services had removed the siblings from Snyder's care in 2014, but they were returned to her in 2015. Snyder is being held without bail and could face the death penalty if convicted. Well, I'm all for her facing that, because it would definitely be well deserved. Like, you have to be a very rotten ass person to not only kill your children in that way, but also to lie in the way that they died to try to cover it up. And then, because you wanted to feel good, you have sex with your dog. But this happened afterwards. So she had sex with the dog first, and then she killed her children. At first, when I first heard the story, I thought it was the other way around. I thought she killed her children first, and then she had sex with the dog. Either way, her children are dead, and she committed bestiality. And I think that she definitely should face the death penalty. The only thing I hate about the death penalty, like I've said before, is it takes so long for them to actually get the needle. So she could say get found guilty of what she did, which she most likely will today, but it'll be 10 plus years before she actually gets to the chair. That's the only thing I hate about the death penalty. The death penalty should be swift. Don't waste any taxpayers' money on this individual, keeping them alive. Just hurry up and do it, get it over with, move on to the next case. But like I said, you can just look at her picture and tell that she has no remorse for what she did. And you know she didn't have any remorse for what she did, because she straight up lied so many times, but the witnesses stayed cutting her every chance she got. So there's no way that her lies was actually going to stick. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. and I'll talk to you in the next one.